Hi, my name is Danielle Caputo. I'm here today to teach you how to apply charmed hair extensions by Extensify. This is our model Shay. What I already did is I clarified her hair twice and I blew dry it straight. Shay's hair is naturally wavy, so today we're going to be applying the wavy hair extensions. And if you see over here, I have my hair already in the hair holder, which is very easy to take the hair out without it knotting. So what I'm going to first do, since I already know how to do extensions, it's easy for me to apply from the nape up. If you're a first-time user with extensions, you'd like to apply them to the crown first and then work your way down to make sure that you have enough extensions to cover these areas. This is the area that's going to blend the front with the back, okay? I'm going to separate her hair right behind the ears, and I'm going to work with the back of her hair. I'm going to take straight partings with my tail comb. You can see the bottom of her hair is very fine. So I want to make sure that when she wears her hair up in a ponytail, you're not going to see the attachments of the charm. When you do these extensions, it's very important to have many clips available, because there's a lot of little hairs that can get stuck on the tape, and you don't want that to happen. I'm going to clip her hair away. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put my tail comb here, then I'm going to lift the hair. So you see, you really don't see the tail comb. So now I'm going to clean up my part. Because the extensions are straight across and not similar to the piece by piece, which then you'd want to follow the shape of the head in like a U shape, we have to make sure we have nice, even, straight parts. That looks good. Okay. Today, I'm giving Shay highlights by putting her base color, which is this, a 1B, and I'm adding a number 6 to it. So when we sandwich it together, it has this beautiful natural caramel highlight. So first I'm going to apply my base color, which is the 1B. I take the backing off. I'm going to comb the hair straight down. And now I'm going to put the extension about a ½ an inch below the parting. I'm going to press from the middle out 3 times. Now I'm going to take my extension. I'm going to lift it up. Now when I lift it up, you can see that the extension takes exactly the amount of hair that it needs to hold the sandwich. I'm going to clip that away. At this point, if you want to clean up this section, you want to make this straight across. If you have sections that's a little bumpy and it's not straight across, what can happen is you can have a jump when you put the other extension on and then put it down. So I want to make sure this is straight across. So I'm going to either add or take away some hairs. And now I'm going to go with my highlighted piece, which is my number 6. I'm going to take off the backing. Now when I apply this, I'm going to apply the corner first, right to the extension, and with my fingers, I'm going to glide across to the other side. And press that down again. I'm going to put it back. I'm going to secure it once again. Making sure the ends are really nice and tight, in the middle as well. Since we're going for length and fullness, I want to pack her hair in pretty well. So I'm going to go about 1 inch above my previous extension. I measured with my tail comb. It's about 1 inch. Now, since we're going up further on the head, I'm going to see if 2 will fit or if I need to cut them in half. And basically, a rule of thumb with doing extensions is you want to leave at least 1 inch along the hairline out to cover the extensions when you're putting the hair up. So let's see. There's not quite enough room on the other side, so what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to cut this in half. And when you want to cut the extensions in half, you're going to go from the attachment into the hair, so you don't cut the hair off the extension. So now I'm going to measure where I would put the extension. I would take a section of hair, and this is how much hair I would need in between my sandwich. I have some stray hair, so I'm going to clip that away. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this piece of hair, I'm going to clip that away, I'm going to remove the backing, and this method is by going underneath the section. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to go underneath, I'm going to put it right on the parting, and I'm going to bring the hair over. Once the hair is over, you're going to comb down. Remember, you don't want to touch the attachment, the sticky side, because you want that to adhere to the other section. Now we're going to take our highlight, and we're going to go right on top. This way, you ensure that you don't get any jumps and the attachment is laying flat to the head. I'll do the other one like that as well. Starting with my base first. Now, by starting with the base on the bottom and the highlight on top, it's going to give the highlight, it's going to be more dominant, the highlight. And you can switch around. You can do the highlight on the bottom or the highlight on top. As we go up in the head, we can take larger pieces now. We can measure. Let's see, I can do one here, and then one here very comfortably. So now I'm going to start with the base on top and the highlight on the bottom. to move up the head. Now you see we're doing this in a brick layer fashion. The first piece was in the middle. Then we had 3 small pieces. Now we have 2 big pieces. Now I want to definitely on my next section have one here to cover this space in between here. Now it's totally up to you whether or not you want to do all big pieces or you want to do all small pieces, meaning half of the extension. It's pretty much up to you. Sometimes you'll have people come into the salon, they already have all small pieces in the hair and that's what they prefer. Or sometimes some clients just want a couple of little sandwiches just for the body, and you may want to just say, you know, let me just put 2 or 3 large sandwiches in. It all depends on the needs and the wants of your client. By any chance, if you applied an extension, a charmed hair extension, and you needed to take it off, if you didn't like the placement of it, or if it was too high, you can remove the charmed hair and then apply the adhesive. And that will make sure that the charmed hair stays on for the 2.5, 3 months. So now, we're done with the top of the ear, so we're going to start incorporating the sides. You can also match the charmed hair to your client's hair. Let's say you put it in and all of a sudden she wants to go darker. You can absolutely deposit color onto the charmed hair, but you cannot lift the charmed hair. I like to measure on both sides with my finger, about 1 inch above the ear. When washing this hair, it's always best to use color-safe, sulfate-free shampoos and conditioners. And no oily and extra moisturizing shampoos and conditioners. You can do the moisturizing shampoos, You can do the moisturizing conditioners, but when you wash, you're going to shampoo the hair, but then with the conditioner, always from the ponytail down. So just like you're taking a ponytail and condition right here, the ponytail down. When doing the top of the head, or actually in front of the ears, I like to split my hair now in 2. So now when your client leaves when the client leaves the salon, what you definitely always want to give them is a wet brush, which are these. It's a fantastic for any type of extensions or human hair wigs. They glide through the hair wonderfully, and also you want to tell your client to not brush her hair dry because that can cause breakage. So what you want to do, instead of doing dry brushing, you may want to take a shine spray, spray the brush, and then brush the hair. This is still the flat of the head, so I'm going to do the whole piece right here. It's important to stay away from this, the round of the head, by doing half a section. If you do an extension, if you do the charmed hair, and now you're on half the round of the head, as the extension grows out, because this is flat and this is round, what's going to happen is this is going to always like bulk out like that, and that's not going to be comfortable for your client. So you either cover it completely with the charmed hair or avoid it completely. But try not to go halfway into the round of the head. You can customize these pieces to fit your client's head in many ways. You can help them achieve a fuller bang. You can help them get the length they want in the front. If they're going for that nice graduated bob, that exaggerated graduated bob, and they don't quite have that length in front yet, so you can give that to them with a couple of these. You can achieve a lot of different looks with these. Going to clip away the stray hairs. We don't want that to attach in the charmed hair. On my clean section. We want to stay 1 inch to 2 inches away from any cowlicks on the head, because that cowlick is always going to part, and then if it does, we will definitely be able to see the charmed hair. The right side of her head. I'm going to do my half pieces. My preference is going on top, but you can start from the bottom as well. When we do the charmed hair extensions, it's important to ask our clients how they part their hair every day and how they wear their hair every day. Because if they're going to wear their hair in tight ponytails straight off the scalp, then you want to start the charmed hair right behind the ear. For now, what Shay can do is she can do low ponytails until the charmed hair grows out a little bit more. Then she'd be able to do higher ponytails because this would have grown out, and she can pull this back a little more. But for now, she'll wear her hair in lower ponytails. And remember now, ask your client where she parts her hair. You'll see Shay parts her hair like an off-center part, and so we're definitely going to stay at least an inch or two below the part. We can go a little higher if we wanted to. So her hair is pretty dense, so it'll cover the charmed hair really nicely. And just to let everybody know, we used 2 packs of the charmed hair extensions to create the highlight, low light effect on Shay, and for the volume and the length. It's always good to have more hair than less when you're doing these extensions for many reasons. Sometimes you can put exactly how many you tell your client that she needs, and then she may want some more. So it's always good to have some more on hand. Now, if you had a client that had a bang and she wore like a deep part on the left side going over to the right side, and she'll always wear her hair going that way, then you are allowed to do diagonal sections. But just keep in mind how your client wears her hair every day. Highlight that you just gave your client. In the same amount of time that it takes to do a haircut and a blow dry, you just added color, dimension, length, and fullness to your client's hair.